Hi guys, Chris here with Super Savvy Travelers. Hey, today I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the misconceptions people have about moving to Italy. And we'll say lies because when they're spread, they become lies. Whether you mean to lie or not, they are misconceptions or lies. And a lot of them have to do with residency, and a lot of them can be extremely important, which is why I'm doing this video. The first misconception is that if you buy a house, you're automatically a resident. Well, that's not true. That is not true. Even if you take the prima casa tax break, it doesn't matter. You are not a resident, and you cannot take the prima casa tax break, meaning this is going to be your primary residence here. You can't take that tax break and maintain it unless you are a resident. Residency and property purchase are two totally different things. Don't get them confused. One does not buy you another. The second misconception is that immigrating here to Italy is easy. They're happy to have you. They're welcoming you. And that's not necessarily true either. I ran into a little something at the Questura in Cosenza. They were not happy with my American passport. They didn't like Americans that particular day, that particular person. So I had a whole lot of trouble with that. So, it's not easy. There are a whole bunch of things you have to do, a lot of documents you have to have, a lot of proof you have to prove. And we really recommend Nick Mehta and his guys for that particular thing because, you can get to your consulate and find out you don't have this document. Okay, now your next appointment is 6 months out. And if you have all the documents that they might ask for all set up and in a folder and you show up with them, that's going to make things a whole lot easier. So in answer to that question, no, immigration is not easy in Italy. The third misconception is, well, I'll just go to Italy and I'll just get my residency there. You can't do that. You have to get your residency. You have to get your elective residence visa, which is the very first step. You have to get it at your consulate in your hometown in the United States or Australia or wherever. Without that, you cannot get residency here. So it must be done there. And that's kind of the place where you really run into some issues, which brings up the next lie or misconception. And that is that the qualifications for the elective residence visa, which is the most important one, are consistent from consulate to consulate. The law is the same. Why should they all be different? Well, they are all different. The consular agents in these consulates have a lot of authority to interpret the law. So the biggest issue that we've seen is the passive income issue. Now, in order to be a resident in Italy, you have to prove passive income. For a single person, it's 31,000 euros. For a couple, it's 38,000 euros. And for each dependent child after that, it's another 20% of that. So that's fine. We were going on that assumption until one of the consular agents that Nick advised me of said, no, I interpret it so that a couple must have 60,000 euros in passive income. And I'm not saying this to scare you or put you off or anything like that. What my main point of this whole post is, you must get your residency first before you buy your forever home here in Italy or make a move like that. You cannot be a resident in Italy until you have your elective residence visa. And there are so many vagaries and inconsistencies that I would not even buy a home here with the idea that it's going to be your forever home, like you sell your home in the US, use that money to buy a home here, and then get over and find out you can't get residency. That would be a horrible, horrible nightmare, and it would be very difficult to overcome. Okay, and the last lie is that you can sneak in and out of Italy and nobody's going to know that you've been there longer than 90 days. Well, that may be true at some point. However, A, it's illegal, B, it's dishonest, and C, if they catch you, you can be denied entrance into the country. So you don't get to enjoy your forever home or your beautiful house or whatever. It's just not worth it. Just go through the steps and get it done. And if you need help, Nick and his guys at Studio Legale Meta are really great with this kind of stuff. Just so you know, I'm not sponsored by Nick. He does a lot of wonderful things like show up on the channel and give us videos and things like that. So when I recommend him, I fully and wholeheartedly recommend him and his guys because they're wonderful. So, okay, guys, now you've got everything all set up. I will reiterate one more time. You must get your residency first. Do not come over here and think you're going to get it, or sell all your property and come over here and buy a property and go, okay, great, now I'm going to get my residency. Please, please, please don't do that. please listen to me when I tell you, because I still get people saying that they're going to do that, and I'm like, no. So anyway, that's my plea to you. Please get this taken care of. Call Nick if you're having trouble, and then come over and move and be happy and avoid a horrible nightmare that could ensue. So I hope this helps, guys. See you soon.